Hi, welcome to Copenhagen. Thanks for dropping in. Hope everybody is doing well. Today I am unboxing a diamond painting from Evermoment on AliExpress. So for anybody who's new to diamond painting, you may hear the name AliExpress quite a lot and think that it is like a company, which it is. But AliExpress is a lot of small companies who have their own stores. So if you go to AliExpress looking for diamond paintings, you will find diamond paintings from various independent stores. And this one is from one called Evermoment. So this is what I received, and it has come in a tube, which is very, very solid. Very well packaged. I can tell just by feeling it, to press it, it is very, very tough, which is good. You don't want packages turning up which are bashed or dented or bent. So the packaging itself, without even opening it, very good. So now we'll open it up, see what the actual tube looks like. So you can see it's got the sort of bubble wrap outer layer, and then it's very well taped. So we'll get in with a sharp knife and see what's inside. You can see it's in a tube. It's got a plastic cap on the end which is cracked, but it doesn't really matter because that will be getting thrown out. So I just need to cut down here. So now we can see the actual packaging, which is very nice. Comes with a purple ribbon, has Evermoment gift diamond painting. So as I said, one end cap is burst, but it really doesn't matter. The main thing is the tube. As you can see, it's pretty thick and it's in perfect condition, so the cracked lid really doesn't matter. So, okay, some new stuff for me. Small bags, call them baggies, which can be handy for keeping spare drills in. A lot of baggies in this. I'd say most companies you get anywhere between about maybe 6 to 12. I've got a funny feeling this is a lot more. But I do always count them, just out of curiosity. So we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. That is a lot of baggies, which is actually a lot more handy than 6. So as I said, you can use them to keep extra drills. Okay, I've got 2 kits and some washi tape. So I have some orange washi tape and some purple. And people use this to put around the diamond painting because the glue goes past the picture and you get a little edge of glue, and it gets really annoying when your hand keeps sticking to it. So normally I use just normal masking tape, got it here, just masking tape that you normally use if you're painting. But you can also get this stuff that's a little bit fancier, and you get it in different colours, you get it in different patterns and things, you get little stars and things, a lot of different stuff. And some people prefer to use this because it just looks nicer. So washi tape, and got two toolkits. So we get pink pen, squidgies, which make the pen more comfortable to hold, this foam part. Normally the pens come like this, they don't have the foam, so it's quite nice to have that, makes it a little bit more comfortable. I've also got a multi-placer, which is I think a 3-placer, that one, so that can hold 3 drills, and it can be handy if you're filling in an area of the same colour. Rather than doing 1 at a time, you can do 3 at a time, so it speeds things up a bit. So that can be handy. We have branded Evermoment tweezers, which are good tweezers. They're nice and solid, they're not tin. Really nice pair of tweezers, very, very sharp. If you've got any kids anywhere near it, I would advise keeping these out of the way. They do come with a protective cap, but if any small kids get these to play with, they are extremely sharp, so it's something to think about. So really nice tweezers. And we get another multi-placer, a bigger one. So if you've got a really big area of the same colour, you can take this one out, just pull out and push this one in, and then you can have a row of drills. So could be handy, not something that I ever use, multi-placers, but a lot of people do. And then we have this little tub, which looks like a cookie, and it holds the pink wax, and we get a lot of pink wax. So 4 squares in that one, and I'll just assume that we've got exactly the same in here, so altogether I've got 8 of these squares of wax. I didn't have any of these holders up until now. Now I've got 2. I prefer the green one, but yeah, handy. These keep the wax clean and out of the air, so they don't dry out, so handy little thing. So nice toolkit, quite impressed with that actually. The only thing I didn't mention was the tray. So we have a tray that you pour your drills into, give it a little shake, and they line up in these grooves, which makes it easier to pick them up. And it has the little spout, which I like because I use Tic Tac boxes for my storage, so that's handy for me. The other thing that I like is the sides are square. You get some where they are at an angle, and it means when you've got a tray sitting, you accidentally touch the tray, it flips over. These ones have square sides, which make them more balanced. They will flip over if you press hard on them, but it's just that the other style flip over at the slightest touch, and it is very, very annoying. So having the square edges is a really good touch. So next we'll have a look, see what we get inside. We'll do the canvas last, just getting the drills now. You can see a lot of blue. Now normally when I buy diamond paintings, they relate to something, something in my life basically. Not always, sometimes I just see things and I think I really like that picture and I get it. This one is actually relevant to me and my wife, and I'll let you see the key so you can see the thumbnail. So, okay, I think this is probably worth looking at. Every moment statement of diamonds we are using. Okay, the difference of diamond made from resin and acrylic. There are two kinds of diamonds recently in the market which are made from resin and acrylic. As a seller of diamond painting, we think we are responsible for telling the differences between them to all our buyer friends, who definitely have the right to know the product they buy, so you can know which kind of diamonds are more suitable to choose. And as we know, some sellers state they are using resin diamonds, but in fact they are using acrylic. I won't go through the whole thing, but basically resin diamonds are better. They are shinier and they look better. That is the bottom line. So basically what they're saying is that even although they use resin diamonds, they don't charge more for them than the cheaper or not as nice acrylic. So basically they're just saying that they use resin diamonds, which are the best. And then we have it in German as well. If you happen to be in Germany, that'll be useful to you. So it's nice that they mention that. A lot of people just wouldn't know anything about them, and basically it's just a piece of plastic. It's not quite as basic as that. So this is the key, which shows all of the symbols, and it also shows how many colours we have. So we have 44 colours in this one, and it has a thumbnail of the picture. Now the reason that this is relevant to me and my wife is it looks very, very like a beach that we walked along a couple of summers ago just outside Copenhagen in Denmark, and it's called Solrosstrand, which means sun-red beach. And it's called Sun-Red Beach because the sand is white, and when the sun sets, nearly exactly where that is setting, slightly over, when the sun sets, it lights up the beach and the beach turns red, so they call it Sun-Red Beach. It is very, very nice. And as soon as I saw it, at first I thought it was actually that's where it was, but I noticed there's some little buildings and things here, and I thought, oh, it isn't. But very, very relevant to us. So as soon as I saw it, I thought, yep, I'm getting that one. So 44 colours, square drills, lots of square drills. So just having a look, they're very, very nice drills. I'm looking at the bottom of them, they are perfectly flat. A lot of the cheaper drills that you see have a dent in the middle, which these don't, and these will be more shiny than those basic drills. And I'm also checking that the drills are free moving in the bags, so there's no sign of any oil, and that can be a problem. Sorry if that's making a lot of noise. It can be a problem with the oil in the bags. You sometimes get that it comes from the machinery and it causes the drills to clump together, and it will cause you problems trying to pick them up. So you have to wash them basically. But these ones are fine. They look very, very good. Very clean edges, and as I said, they're perfectly flat in the bottom. It's actually been a while since I've had drills like this. I like to buy from various companies so that I can compare them. These are really, really good drills. So I don't think I'll go through all of the bags, but 44 colours. I'll try to see if I can find any drills with little buzzers and things in the sides, or tabs, but I can't see any. Really good quality drills. Impressed with them. So I'll put the drills aside. As I said, I mean 44 colours, but I don't see the point of going through all these bags. The main thing is they are very good. So I'll put them out the way, put the key out of the way, put this out of the way, because it is quite big and I'm going to need a bit of space for this. So getting out of the tube without pulling the whole thing. There we go. That's a very strong tube, very sturdy thing, so that's good. So now we'll have a look at the canvas. Now, double-sided adhesive, and I know that because it's an opaque cover. So that means that it's basically like double-sided tape, and it covers the canvas. So one side sticks to the canvas, the other side is sticky, and the drills stick to that. The problems that you can have with this are air bubbles in it and creases. So we'll see. So far everything is absolutely top notch, and we'll see how we go with the actual canvas. I'm just looking at the print quality and the key, absolutely perfect. Can read all of the symbols, very clear. The canvas itself is nice, it's quite thick. It's got a little fancy wave down the outside. It's softer than a lot of the canvases. It's definitely thicker than a lot of the canvases. So now the real test is to see how good the print quality is on the canvas and if we have any air bubbles. Now the way they've made this one, it's offset. You can see here there's a join. So they've put two strips to cover. Now if I don't do anything with this, you'll see it just wants to curl back up. That's what it does. It wants to curl back up into the tube. And people often ask, how do you flatten the canvas? And a lot of people will say put it underneath your mattress and leave it for a few days, put heavy books on it, that sort of thing. You don't really need to do that. You can get it ready to work pretty much straight away if you do this. Basically find the corner and gently bring up the cover, and when you do that, check that the back of the cover isn't sticky, because if it is, it means that you've accidentally pulled up the glue, which can be easily done. I think you can see there, as I said, the glue goes over the edge. That's normal. It's to make sure that the drills around the edge stick. So you can see the glue is where it should be, which is fine. And then we go to the opposite corner of this sheet and lift that up, and again just touching it to make sure that I haven't peeled up the glue, because if you do and it folds back in itself, you're in big trouble. So peel it back and take it to about halfway, just guess, roughly halfway. It's kind of hard to tell because it's curled up under the table, but I'll take it that far. And then I'll do the same thing with this section. Just get the corner. Okay, that feels like it's going to come up, so it's just I could feel the glue when I just lifted that small piece. So what I'm doing just now is I'm rubbing the corner with my nail, which warms the glue and softens it, and hopefully I can catch the paper. Yep. So there, I've caught the paper and don't have any glue on it. work my way along, get to this section, and then again peel it back roughly halfway. So peel it back and then put it back down. So just got to stuff it in there. Now that I've done that, you can see the canvas is flat on the table, so that is ready to work. You don't need to put weights on it or put it under your bed, under your mattress for a week. So if I compare that side to the side that I haven't done, I think you can see the difference. If I try and unfold it and then let it go, it curls. Now these bumps, this is where I folded the other end too, so don't worry about these. So it's curling up, so I have to do the same thing again. So again, put it down, just get the edge. Again, I can feel the glue is coming up there, so use my nail just to press hard on it, rub the nail, puts a bit of friction into it, and try again. And that's it, no sticky. So just peel it along, to the other side, peel it back. You'll feel tension in it as you pull it back, and when you get to the area that you've already uncovered, it suddenly goes really loose. So you just keep pulling it back until you feel that release, which is there, and then just drop it. Doesn't matter there's a gap, because I'm going to take the whole thing off, which I actually don't recommend, but it's just to let you see the whole thing. So again, get in the corner, lifting it up, checking that there's no stickiness in the paper, work my way along. It's definitely worth taking your time doing this, because if you make a mistake and pull that glue up and it folds back and sticks to itself, you're in big trouble. If you imagine double-sided sellotape, you know, even normal sellotape, if you peel a long strip and cut it and it flips around and catches itself, it just ends up a mess and you can't peel it away. This glue is stickier than sellotape, so it's even harder. So you can basically ruin it if you accidentally fold it back on itself. So just take your time. Okay, so now, so we can see the quality of the print, I'm going to peel this back and peel this back. And this thing about picking the corner and being really careful, it's only the very first time you do it. Once you've done it, the cover will come up no problem. Okay, so what we're looking at now, or what we're looking for now, is air bubbles, and I can see, I don't know if you can see them, deliberately keeping the light on because usually it's easier to see, but there are some very small air bubbles along here. You can see it there in the light. Now, some people might get panic about that. It really isn't anything to worry about. All you have to do is get a sharp knife, like a craft knife, like a very sharp knife, and just score it along the air bubbles, and that's basically it. All you're doing is releasing the air from underneath the glue, because what's happened is when the double-sided tape has been put down, some air has got trapped underneath. Now if you diamond paint over this, when you press the drills down, they'll look as if they've stuck, but if you give it a bit of time, they will pop up and you'll start to see like a line of drills that don't shine the same as the rest, and it can be really obvious. So what to do before you start is go over it and have a look, and if you see any little air bubbles, just slice along them. Press hard enough to cut the glue, but not hard enough to cut through the canvas. You don't really have to press that hard. The main thing is it has to be a very sharp knife, so don't try and use a butter knife. A craft knife, Stanley knife, that sort of thing, but be careful that you don't press too hard and cut through the whole thing. So very, very small. I mean, they aren't an issue, but it's just something that you should know. If you're new and you think, well, okay, I'll just press them down and it sticks, it's fine. The air is still underneath the glue and it has to go somewhere. It eventually will pop back up. So as I said, you'll start to notice when you look at the picture, you'll see lines where the drills the light is hitting them differently, so you can actually see this little line, which is really annoying. But if you've done it and you can see that line, what to do is get a craft knife again and just go between the drills and just slice, and then it releases the air, so that can fix it as well. But the easiest way to do it is to look for air bubbles and just slice them all before you start, and then you don't have any problems. So this is quite a big one, so I'm not going to uncover the whole thing at the same time. I'll have a look at the other side. The other thing, talking about the glue, is if you get the diamond paintings and it's a clear cover and you can see the picture through it, that normally means that it's poured glue. So you don't get air bubbles with poured glue. So that's why a lot of people will say I only use poured glue, because they're worried about air bubbles. And we have some on this side as well. Again, they aren't bad at all. Most of it doesn't have anything, but I can already see there's some air bubbles here. So again, try and get it in the light. This area here, these little ridges, I'll just get the craft knife and just slice along them. But you can tell most of it is perfectly flat. So have a quick look at the symbols, and again the print quality is very, very good, very clear. So a few small air bubbles, really nothing to worry about. As long as you just slice them with a craft knife, you definitely don't have any problems with this. So I'll fix this, I'll straighten this up later, but that's it. So this is Ever Moment, and this picture is very nicely named ASF 1409-6090. They could maybe work on the titles a bit better, but that's just a reference number. I don't think there is actually a name for this one, it's just a beach picture. Mobile scanning, so you can scan this. I would imagine it's going to take you straight to the Ever Moment website. But that's it. As I said, it's a bit too big to show the whole thing. In fact, quite a bit too big. Try to see. I don't actually remember the size. Usually they have it somewhere. Not there. Oh, that's unusual. I don't see the size anywhere. I'll put the size in the description. Normally it is printed, unless I'm missing it somewhere, but I don't think so. Nope. Okay, so that's it. Ever Moment Sol Roll strand, as I would call it, because it looks very like it. And Yep, that's it. So Evermoment on AliExpress. So I actually checked the size. Very unusual that the size wasn't on the canvas. It is a 90 by 60. So 90 centimetres wide, 60 centimetres down, or deep, whatever you want to call it. So relatively big. Canvas is definitely well above average. It feels pretty thick, and print quality perfect. Drills exceptionally good. I had a look again before I did this a little bit. They look very, very sharp. The bases are perfectly flat, and I could not find little tags. I'm sure I will at some point, but the overall impression, the initial impression, is very, very good quality drills. The kits that come with them, square edge trays, definitely a plus. Anybody who has trays that have the angled sides will know exactly what I'm talking about. Basically, look at them the wrong way and they flip over. It is very, very annoying. So if you can get trays with square sides, they're just that bit better. The little holders for the wax, I've never had these before. Just a bit different, pretty cool. And what was it, 5 pieces of wax in each, so plenty of wax, definitely plenty. Tweezers, again, top quality tweezers. If you're using the little shiny silver tin ones, I would definitely recommend that you upgrade them. The first time I tried to use tweezers, it was the cheap tin ones, and I just could not control the drills with them, and I gave up for a long time. I just did not use tweezers at all. And then I got a set that looked like these, the black, really heavy, really sharp ones, and the difference is huge. It is much, much easier to pick up drills without pinging them across the room. So if you're thinking that you would maybe prefer to use tweezers, and you've only got the soft tin ones, I would say try and find better quality ones. It will definitely make it a lot easier. The pens have the squishies on them, which is a nice touch, makes them just a bit more comfortable, a little bit thicker because of that, and softer, so less strain on your hand. And that's pretty much it. There were a few air bubbles, but as I said, that they were very, very minor. I know that some people have heard about this, air bubbles and things, and it sort of puts them off, and they just go for poured glue all the time. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's just if you see a picture that you really like when I saw this one, I thought it was actually a picture of a beach that we'd walked on, and we walked there at sunset, so it brings back a lot of memories for us, and I just ordered it because I liked the picture. The fact that it is double-sided adhesive doesn't faze me at all. A lot of the diamond paintings I've done in the past have been double-sided adhesive. Air bubbles are just one of these things. You are likely to get them with double-sided adhesive. Sometimes they'll be very minor, like this one. Sometimes they'll be very major. And there is one that I got from Wish. The first one I ever bought from Wish was covered in air bubbles, but I patiently sat and sliced all of the air bubbles, and I finished that diamond painting and it looked perfect. So it isn't really anything to be scared of. Just make sure you use a very sharp knife so that you cut the glue. You don't want to drag the glue, because that will affect the finish as well. But that is the answer to that. Just basically turn the canvas at different angles to the light as well, because if you sit at a certain way and look at it, you might not see any, but if you turn it, or if you use a lamp, turn the lamp to a different angle and look again, and then you might see more that pop up. But it's definitely worth doing that at the beginning. Look over it, slice all the air bubbles, and then you're good to go. That's pretty much it. So Evermoment, AliExpress, would I recommend them? Absolutely. Very, very good quality. A lot better than a lot of other companies that I've tried. So if you enjoyed the video, as always, they always say it, don't they? Please subscribe, it would be very much appreciated, and hit the notification button. You will find out when I post new videos. They could be ones like this, unboxings, unbaggings, comparisons, diamond painting pens, accessories, pretty much anything to do with diamond painting. So if you're interested, please subscribe and hit that notification button. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching, really appreciate it, and in the meantime, take care, be safe, and wash your hands.